Scudder's here with Livestream Labs, and I want to show you a really fun product that was sent to me to review. If you've noticed, you can kind of see it around. I've got a Hulk, I've got a Captain America, and there's a Superman hiding over here. I got this really fun comic book frame sent to me. This is what you would use to frame your comic books and protect them and hang them on the wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it out of the box and we're going to put a couple of different ones in there to show you what it looks like. This does have UV protection on it and doesn't need any tools. So let's take a look. All right, so let's open this up. Let's see what we get inside here. Ooh, I like this. Thank you for your purchase. Step 1, remove the sticker on the plexiglass. Step 2, sliding comic book. Step 3, display it. I love the comic book feel even on this here. All right, let's see. So we even got a little card in here. This is very protected, so they don't want this to get messed up. So let's pull this out. We're not going to need this box once we get this out. All right, so we've got it out of the box here. Look how nice this is made all the way around. This is really, really nice. So let's take off this plexiglass, but I do believe in order to do so, we're gonna need to, it comes with a little tool here. We're gonna need to take off this back, I assume. That pops out here. And then this piece, yeah, the tension needs to be relieved a little bit. So I'm going to relieve this tension all the way out. I'm going to take this all the way out. Do well. See, now that slides out really nicely. Maybe I could have pulled that from the front. I'd rather not. So let's just pop this off. Ooh, it's on there good too. And there's a screw hole in the bottom. And so that's where that screw was going through. So we're going, there's a slot in there. You got to slide that into. So let's put it back in like so. And then what we want to do is we want to slide our comic book down into here. So let's slide in our first one. And something I want to point out is this is in a sleeve, as you can see. It's taped shut. And it has a board on it. You've got to use both. Those are going to be important. So we're going to slide this into the slot here, like so. And then I am going to screw this back in. All right, so we've got our comic book in there. Look how cool that looks in the frame. And then we have our little piece here that'll just drop into the top there. There's nothing that's going to lock that in. It's just kind of there, if you will. So then you've got this piece here that then you can hang on the wall, like so, or you can do what will probably end up doing, which is this, and put it up on my setup like this with different comic books. Even like maybe every live show I've got a different one over there. You'd have to tell me what that is. Maybe not put it right at the lights, but I could put it behind over here. So I'm gonna play around. We'll put some different ones in this frame. So there's what it looks like with Star Wars Lando. Have you ever seen that one before? This looks really, I love the way it looks in there, because once it's in there, you don't always notice that it's inside the paper. But remember, you've got to have this in the sleeve in order to use it, because otherwise it's just going to flop around. So you want to leave it in the sleeve. Here's another one that I think looks really nice. And you can see that one over here. I always get that wrong. Over here behind me, just kind of hanging out. So I could put a bunch of different frames, a bunch of different comic books into these frames. One of the things that I do want to point out, like this, here's just a comic book, not in a sleeve, not in a frame. If you put this in here, you're going to risk it. Just see how it's just sliding around more. The pages are going to come unfurled, like you even see up there. You can kind of see they're open. It's not going to be protected completely. So you want to make sure everything is in a package with a frame inside it. That way, that takes up more space. It moves around like a centimeter, maybe half a centimeter, but that keeps it in there nice and framed, gives it kind of a matted look, and you cannot go wrong with good old Spidey. And so you can see I've got Spider-Man just kind of hanging out up there as an accent piece in my live stream. And so you get a couple of these and you want to really display your precious comic books that have a lot of value. These are a great way to just display them around your house and a game room and a live studio. Get you a couple of these. I love the packaging they come into. Very simple. Peel off, that protected film, drop it in, put the top on, hang it up, and you're done. And it does come with a screw and a wall anchor if you did want to hang it on a wall. So yeah, check these out.